The most noticeable thing this year has been a lack of mackerel. At the beginning of the season, we've seen these huge boats in the North Sea that are taking 1,000 tonne of mackerel that are all headed this way, and we're not seeing the shoals that we used to see. Then from that, you're not getting bass chasing the shoals, and a sand eel chased by the mackerel. So we're not seeing that anymore. Should be. It is due to the netting.
And they claim it isn't, of course.
Well, of course it is. What else is it down to? You can't blame anyone with a modern mind.
Yeah. Spaniards come over here and troll up and down closer than they're supposed to.
What's interesting is when we spoke to the Fishery Protections Office, he claimed that actually there are no Spanish or French trawlers around here because he says they bought all the licences off the north coast of Africa.
Dredging is just as bad as well. They dredge for scallops. They'll come in close for that. I can hit close to 200 yards when I cast a lead. And I've been able to almost hit a dredger off Chesil Beach. I've seen a thing on the TV where their divers gone down and they'd shown an area of seabed, and then after the dredger had gone down, they went down to the same spot again and went along again, and you wouldn't recognise the seabed. It looked like it'd been ploughed. Yeah. Has furrows like it's been ploughed. It destroys everything, and there's nothing left.
You get a huge influx of coalfish, not big coalfish, but coalfish. Well, there used to be hundreds and hundreds of them, 1980s, 1970s. They've gone from the 80s to now. They've just disappeared. We used to get a huge place in the river. We used to often catch a place, 4.5, 5.5 pounds. There was 32 pounds turbot caught in the mouth of the River King in the 1980s. The estuary was also very, very rich in all sorts of worms and all sorts of shellfish, crustaceans, everything. You know, and there could be about 6 crabs in one pot. Now you might do 6 pots to find 1 crab. You know, 4 million tonnes of sand ewes get taken out of the sea each year to make fertiliser. That's one of the reasons why all the puffins are leaving the coastal areas. The kittiwakes have sort of left already, because none of them have got food that they can access because it's gone. Even so they knew it. Should have been fined £4 million a few weeks ago. They sold £4 million worth of quoted fish without it being declared. Classed as black fish because they were pure. We let them off because it would have meant a lot of people being unemployed. Twins sailing from where 2 trawlers haul a huge trawl between them, you know, as big as an aircraft runway sort of thing. Catch 30 tons at a time, worth maybe how many 100,000 pounds. All in the breeding time. This is the only time bass go together, congregate in large shoals, is when the eggs are being fertilised. How can you be allowed to take fish that have never bred, so they've never actually been able to replace their numbers?
What about this area outside of which boats are supposed to be?
It's 6 miles for 4 metres.
Oh, you mean fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 12 miles for large beamers.
Yes.
Yeah.
For trawling.
Yes.
Yeah, but the trouble is, you go to Dawlish Warren, just look out there and see how many trawlers that are going backwards and forwards through the day. We have reported what we have classed as illegal fishing. We've taken the boat's number, seen them go into the harbour, tie up against the steps, and carry the boxes of fish out, took the registration number of the van that they were going in the back, rang the sea fisheries and told them, and they said, we're terribly sorry, we have got no one in the area that we can do anything about it.
If you were in a position to make policy or anything, what would you change or what would
I'll do exactly as is what is being done now, which should have been done 20 years ago. If these conservation areas do come into being, and they can be policed, it will make so much difference. I was only told last week, they coached about 17, 18, 20 miles sort of thing, and he said all the boats that's here, they're always all British boats. You know, they're all moaning about all the fish being taken by the frogs or the Spanish or what have you. But most of the French trawlers and the Spanish ones have gone off the African coast now, haven't they? They've gone in and bought up the fishing rights very, very cheaply. This is why thousands of people in Africa are losing their food because all the ones on the coast rely entirely on the fish for everything. We've run a competition on the route team for the last 40 years at Christmas in aid of the R&R. In the early days we used to get 400 people fishing. We didn't get a fish of £3, you can get a prize. And they'd come in with kind of half a dozen fish. I think this year we've got 60 entrants. The best fish we've made about 10. The government and naturally are the people that are responsible for creating all these conservation zones.
Do you feel exasperated that you've tried to explore sort of every sort of option? Yeah.
Every way out.
Yeah, nothing.
Can't beat the big trawlermen, can
No,
they?
you can't.
But DEFRA could if they enforced the
DEFRA
law.
have tried.
Yeah, but they're useless.
And all our doings with DEFRA are exhausting.
So how long have you been running this competition?
13 years.
And has there been a decline?
Oh yes,
Fish?
definitely.
Right.
Yeah, I did it.
They're supposed to keep 3 or 5 miles out?
They don't worry about things like that, do they?
No.
You've got to Slapton and see the warning signs for swimmers down there beware of the trawlers, haven't you? Have you not seen them on the beach?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Really?
Don't go swimming, you might end up in a trawl.
You're not a newspaper reporter, are you?
Almost, no.
Well, be careful what you say. We know it all over the papers.
I've heard that in 2048, if the fishing industry carries on the way it is, there will be no fish globally that we know now. The answer to that seems to be many, many more of these marine reserves.
How's that person going to earn any income from it? It's all very well saying we're shutting this area, we're shutting that area there. Everybody's out there for a living.
The fish are being caught in the trawlermen are destroying.
Yeah, but they've got no other
fishing
option. It would be a good idea if they actually took something off of them, but give them something back. I think, personally, is actually stopping fishing. Stop the boats actually going fishing while the fish are inbreeding. I don't think they should put a quota on it after that. You don't need a quota.
But without quota, surely that would just deplete the stocks completely, wouldn't it?
The actual fishing stock's got to be policed in some way. I appreciate that, otherwise it'd just be a free-for-all.
Yeah.
People would go crazy.
Foreign trawlers, do you have troubles with
Well, not at all anymore.
They work our waters.
Yeah, they work.
We don't see them in here at all.
No.
They're allowed right up to 3 miles off our shore.
And then I hear also that there are still trawlers seen off, say, Slapton Beach, where you could almost see the number of the boat. They are that close.
Well, I mean, going up and down the beach.
And Dawlish.
Yeah, right. Well, that's John. Sort of, he knows more about the dayboat side of things. I mean, you couldn't even do anything wrong if you wanted to nowadays. You know, and the word of blackfish, it doesn't come into it anymore.
So they're catching it still because they've still got a lack of the quota of the fish they haven't caught.
Well, that's right, because you're still catching it. The only thing is you're not allowed to land it. You've got to throw it all over dead. Now, that's no good to you, that's no good to anybody at all. I mean, you can't just say a big sign on your net saying soles are not allowed in today. If there's 50% sole, 50% monk, and you're after the monk, unlucky on the soles.
I want to talk to you also about the dredgers.
Yeah, all you're doing is doing what a farmer does. Like a farmer ploughs his field, and everything grows back very quickly. All they're on about is the ground, i.e. the corals and stuff like that.
So you're saying that where they do dredge them, it actually encourages and increases the growth of the soil?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
What about the argument that there isn't enough policing of those areas, so actually fishing illegally is still going on within those certain
Well,
bounds?
God knows, but I mean, I can't really, you know, you got South Devon, you've got their fishery boat actually tied up on the moorings near enough 8 months of the year. Now, what good is it doing there, sat there, when it should be policing and going and doing its job?
They rely more on the bigger navy boats.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like the minesweepers at sea. I mean, they're the ones what are doing their job, and they'll be boarding people at sea and then going through their logbooks and seeing what they have got. But don't forget, you've all got satellite tracking systems now. So you could be sat in your office in London and think, right, I want to know where the coron bloom is. And then all of a sudden you've got where she is. It is well policed. And not only that, you've got spotter planes coming over the top of you all the time at sea, taking aerial photographs, giving you lat and long.
Why do you think there is a decline in fish?
A decline in fish? John, that's a bit of a...